What's going on YouTube? I'm Evan, this is Marksman Trading, and welcome to this day trade recap. Today is February 26th, and it's a solid green day in both the cash and the prop firm account. Thankfully, we've finally had a green day in the cash account. It's kind of been rough lately. Last week I didn't make too many videos because trading was just very frustrating. And I actually downsized to only risking $5 max per trade now. But thankfully we took one trade in Amazon today, made $5.66, so it's about 1 hour, and we're up $174 in the prop firm account. So yeah, let's get into this recap. So here's Amazon. Amazon was a higher low setup. We had this demand zone, we have previous day's close. So two key levels that we're trading off of. We had a 5-minute demand line down here. Yep, 5-minute demand line, even a 50-minute demand line. It wasn't straight when we got in, but it got straight throughout the course of being in that trade. The demand zone is based off the hourly chart. So Amazon is kind of trying to break out, as you can see, of like this 175 level. Our zone, should I say. And here's a daily chart trying to break out, trying to hold these highs, but it kind of is having a hard time here. But anyways, it still acted as support down here in the zone right here. So yeah, it was kind of ranging today. You know, we kind of popped up, flushed down, kind of held this low, popped back up, you know, right back down. So it was kind of rangy, it just had that feel to it. So I took a higher low, entered 8 shares at 175.06. Fully sized in to a stop loss of 174.46, so kind of just giving it some room down here in case I wanted to come back down and double bottom. But I really was playing it for the higher low, and so as it consolidated and flushed one more time, and then kind of reclaimed previous day's close in the high end of this demand zone, I did scale in 15 more shares for a total of 23 shares. I think my average was 175.01 with a stop loss to 174.79, so right below this pivot. It wasn't a hard stop loss, so if it let it go, I was gonna wait for it to close and keep moving lower before I stopped out, because I just didn't want to get stop hunted, because there's a lot of buyers right here, right? So these market makers definitely know how to kind of stop hunt and wick people out. But thankfully, I didn't have to make that decision. It just kind of held right here and then popped back up into VWAP. I took 20 of the 23 shares out at VWAP, just proactively covering, so that was about 1.5 hour, I think, something like that. And then I had 3 on for a runner, but I closed those out as soon as it kind of failed the 9 EMA on the 1 minute, as you can see right here. So that was a solid trade. Actually not really too many complaints here. Lately I think just the issue I've been having this past week was I've been kind of changing up my trading style a bit too much too fast. So I just started trying to scale in and scale out. Last week I took off these demand lines to try to trade without them because I was thinking they were giving me like too many options to trade off of. And I was trying to change up my entries, and I was taking setups not at key levels, trying to scalp around. And so I changed way too much too fast. In the past, I've had a habit of giving up on edge or changing my edge when it wasn't working. And so this is the first time that I have some consistency found in this edge. And so last week I changed it up way too fast, and I think that's what caused me to have a drawdown, kind of lose my grasp on it and feel like I don't know what I'm doing. And so kind of going back to my roots again this week, got the demand lines back up. I don't think I always need to wait for these green engulfing candles to form, so I'm going to be working on that. I'm still going to work on scaling in. So I think this was a good balance for what I'm kind of looking for in my future trades right here. And it's not a home run trade, right? It's only like 1.12R trade out of this. But it's a solid base hit. That's what a lot of these setups are. Just consistent base hits. Not every single trade is going to be a home run. So yeah, that was a solid Amazon trade. And here's the 2 NQ trades I took today. So I'm trying to make or break this Apex eval account by Wednesday. I don't want to get rebuild on it. They just had a 50 or 90% off deal. And I picked up one more account. So I really don't need 3 futures accounts. So I'm looking to either get funded or to blow this account up by tomorrow, actually. Hopefully tomorrow around this time, I'll be funded. First account funded. Hopefully it won't get blown up, but we'll see. So today, actually, we took we took one lower high on the NQ right here. Went short supply line up here. We had a pre-market high right here, shorted that level. So the R to R wasn't there really, but it was still an efficient trade. We covered on this flush down here, as you can see. I think it was 2 MNQ or 2 NQ contracts. And then I went short on this double top, kind of rejecting the supply zone up here as well. Over here, how many was that MNQ as well? I think I took 5. Yeah, 5 MNQ contracts up here, covered into that flush. I wish I would have held for longer. Honestly, I should have taken both with much bigger size, because I'm looking to make or break this account anyways, right? But for whatever reason, I was scared. I wasn't treating it like I should have been, and I was taking it with very little size. So tomorrow, hopefully the one trade I get sized in on won't be a red trade, But if so, we'll just keep working at it. We still have 2 other accounts that we're working with. But yeah, it was rangy today. My mentor, the humble trader, or the honored trader, sorry. Humble trader is a different trader. The honored trader, he was telling me about how he kind of gauges price action with intraday range. So kind of similar to ATR, but not exactly. He was trying to explain it to me today. I was having a hard time kind of understanding it. I think I kind of finally picked it up, but I'm not gonna be the one to explain it because he's been using it way longer than I have. And I really haven't tried to apply it yet, but still a really good process. It's kind of ranging today. So kind of, gets exhausted out at the extremes. And so, yeah, there were still 2 solid trades. This one had a better R to R than this one did because my stop was all the way at the highs, whereas the highs in this one was only just how many points away was that? 59 to 46, like 13 points away, as opposed to being like 29 to 51. So that's like 20 points away. But yeah, anyways, those are the only trades I took today. There was one ES trade I wanted to point out. So here's the ES trade that I didn't take. I wish I took it. I saw it. My mentor took it, but I did not, unfortunately. It was rejecting a supply zone. And honestly, it was probably the cleanest trade of today. A clean double top to pre-market highs. The supply zone, we had the supply lines forming. Look at all these topping tails right here. I saw it, and I just got nervous. For whatever reason, I should have taken it. We had such a tight stop. That would have gotten me funded fast, like first 50 minutes of the trading day. But I think I've just been having a hard time with my confidence because last week and the week before that were kind of rough with trading. So I didn't take it, but I should have. Unfortunately, that's just another lesson learned today. It's just, another, it's a lesson we hear a lot, right? But just not letting fear affecting our trading. And lastly, there's one more thing in Tesla I want to show you guys. So here's Tesla. Tesla was actually super strong today. As you can see, moved up, pulled back to VWAP, moved higher, pulled back to pre-market high, previous day's high, and VWAP, moved higher, same thing again. So here's another trade I missed. I didn't have it pulled up on my watch list today, but I was just looking through and just wanted to point this out. It was a perfect kind of supply break and retest of previous day's high, pull back to VWAP, pull back to the 5-minute 9 EMA as well. As you can see here, we had some wick bottoms kind of, and it just based up very nicely. Could have put the stop loss like right below VWAP. And yeah, it would have continued the trend. And secondly, another thing I want to talk about that the honor trader was kind of teaching me today is to pick the best stock to long and like the best stock to short from each day. And so today when I went long on Amazon, it was a decent trade. It was a good setup, but there was a way easier trade available at that time, and that was on Tesla at this pivot right here on 1107 ish to like 1110, 1111. And the reason why is because Tesla was relatively strong, way stronger than compared to Amazon. It had a trend higher. It had tight risk to previous day's high in VWAP. I think, how's the 5-minute look? It kind of pulled back to the 9 and 20 EMA in the 5-minute as well. You can put your risk right below VWAP, previous day's high, and this pivot low. That way, because you want to put your stop loss where you're wrong, right? And we'd be wrong if it broke this recent pivot, because that wouldn't be a higher low and therefore it wouldn't be trending anymore. And so that would have been a solid trade. I should have been looking at that. So for future reference, to kind of fix that issue, I'm going to just take a quick glance throughout my watch list, see if there's any other trades that look better than the one I'm taking at the moment. And that should hopefully save me from kind of getting stuck in consolidation like I did on Amazon for like 15 or 20 minutes. Because that, the longer I'm going to trade, the more I get stressed out and it eats away at your mental capital and then you don't trade as effectively. So yeah, that's about it. There's a few lessons I learned today, but hopefully tomorrow I'll get funded. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. God bless. Peace.